What is going to become of the world when moms don't know? What's going to happen when she's not exactly sure what she's doing? She doesn't in fact know what to do or what to say to her kids. She definitely doesn't know how to handle this parenting dilemma. Any mom listening right now is probably thinking, join the club. What mom does know what she's doing? Even if she does today, she probably won't tomorrow or next year when what she's always done suddenly isn't working anymore. That is just how it goes. The whole point of parenting is that it's ever evolving. Moms do not always have the answers, and even if they do, they probably don't feel like they do. The reason why this matters is because most of us moms are lacking in the confidence department, and this can really start to show up in our lives. When I don't know is circling our minds all the time, it can really be blocking us from a lot of good things. So, beautiful mama, if you're feeling completely stumped or defeated, or if your kid is entering a new phase and you feel totally inadequate, or if you notice that self-doubt is playing a bigger role in your life than you want it to, I am here to tell you that you can take control of this. By the end of this video, you will be ready to stare uncertainty in the face and start taking action in the way that you really want to. So I was coaching a client the other day, and what kept coming up for her was the thought that she didn't know what to do now that her kids are growing up. This next current stage of life was feeling really, really hard to her. And I know that we can all find ourselves in this boat sometimes, and probably pretty often, honestly. My baby was sleeping great, and now he's not. My toddler was on track with potty training, and suddenly it feels like we've taken 10 steps backwards. My kid is all of a sudden giving me all this attitude that I have never seen in them before, and I have no idea how to handle it. Or maybe nothing's really going on with your kid, but you just are starting to notice that you're lacking confidence in your decisions. So first, try to start noticing what goes through your mind when you're feeling this uncertainty or overwhelm. What's your brain offering you over and over again that's really driving this feeling? When we realize what this core belief is, we can decide what we want to do with it. So maybe I don't know what to do is what comes up for you. You've thought it so many times that you now carry that belief with you in a lot of what you do. I don't know what to do. It's just the thought that creeps into your mind when you're up against something new or making a decision. We've said this in our heads countless times, and we've even said it dozens of times out loud. It's maybe even become a joke. I know I have said it pretty lightheartedly to people, saying something like, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. But this is a story that we may want to stop promoting in our brain because we've decided that it's just not serving us. Anytime we're noticing our thoughts, it's super easy to judge. So as I talk a lot about on here, noticing does not mean judging. We do not need to get worked up over the fact that this is coming up for us. It doesn't have to mean anything about us as a person or us as a mom. Remember learning about the manual a few weeks ago? We have a manual for ourselves, and what if we decided to drop the manual that we're supposed to feel confident about the parenting choices we're making? What if we decided that nothing is wrong when we feel like we don't know what we're doing? I would definitely say that there is nothing wrong with you or alarming about the situation if you're feeling uncertain. We can definitely just decide that those feelings exist to keep us in check and continuously striving to be a good mom. So what if we greeted I don't know what to do with gratitude instead of judgment? So here we are in a dilemma trying to figure out what to do. We're not judging the fact that we feel like we don't know what to do. We are now going to do a little bit of a visualization. Picture yourself getting into your car for this dilemma journey and letting that thought, I don't know what to do, follow you into the car. Go ahead and say hello. We were totally expecting it to be here. All of the thoughts and feelings that we're having about this dilemma get to be in the car with us. They all get to come on this trip, but this thought of I don't know what to do doesn't need to be in the driver's seat. We don't have to let the self-doubt be in charge. So here we are, we're in the car, ready to go for a drive, and it was a close one, but we are intentionally keeping I don't know out of the driver's seat. We have taken trips with it in charge before, and it is not very pleasant. We end up feeling confused, We end up feeling stressed and inadequate, probably overwhelmed. It is just not awesome, so we're not going to do that. So let's take a minute and notice some of our other options. Maybe you let your brain explore and you notice that there's a really timid thought in the car of, this is new to me. This actually brings compassion and a desire to learn. It brings curiosity, maybe even a little excitement. Another option might be, I'm learning, which invokes similar feelings. Maybe you don't actually believe that you're learning yet, and so we tweak it a bit and think, I'm willing to learn. That feels very true to me, and it actually makes me feel really good about myself. That the fact that I'm willing to try is huge, and willing to learn is huge. So picture all of these thoughts in the car with you and invite one of them to be in the driver's seat, while I don't know hangs out in the back. Now that we've decided on purpose who's driving, let's go ahead and start the car. Taking action is what absolutely has to happen at this point. So what I want you to do is dig deep and access the small part of you that knows exactly what to do. You probably would not use those words, but they are true. You do know what to do. You may have a hunch of what you could try next. You may have heard a suggestion from your friend that you think sounds interesting. Maybe you read a book and are taking some pointers from that. You might have a suspicion of something that might work. Remind yourself that you spend every day being a mom, so if anyone has an idea of what to do for your kid, it's you. You have educated yourself with some basic parenting knowledge and are approaching this dilemma from a place of love. So what more is there to do than to be willing to try something? Face the challenge head on and be willing to learn, be willing to try, be willing to fail even. Off we go. We are on the road taking action, feeling really good about ourselves for maybe a split second. And once we've landed on this decision for this current dilemma, we can 100% still expect that same thought of I don't know to pop back up stronger than ever. It is no surprise. We expected this. It's elbowing its way from the back seat of the car, trying to get into that driver's seat again. Of course that self-doubt is creeping in. Why wouldn't it? There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to make sure that that thought continues to hang out in the backseat of the car. This is my car, I'm in charge. It is not driving this car anymore. Reassure that part that I know what I've decided to try. I know why I'm doing this. I like my reasons. I know on some level, I do know what my kid needs. Those are some ways to reassure that thought. See how we can take control of the situation? There is a little quick side note on self-confidence in case you're still not convinced that you can conquer this dilemma. The fact of the matter is that no one knows what they're doing in any area of life until they've at least tried something. We cannot make progress until we start learning, trying, practicing. Advice from other moms, parenting resources, and us personally trying things is the only way to start feeling like we know what we're doing. Every day you're going through life with your kid is uncharted territory. We want to gather information, make a decision, and then honor our decision. That is how we will make progress, and progress increases self-confidence. Learn by doing. You can do this, mamas. You really are amazing, and you're doing a wonderful job. Your kid is so lucky to have you, and I know that you can put all of the I don't knows in their place. Try it this week and share your success in the comments. I'll see you ladies soon.